Yeah, don't talk about the fact that I tried something new and it didn't work out. How do you compete against established competitors in market? Wouldn't it be awesome for you not to care about your competitors, especially the big guys, for them to be copying you, even though you're like, well, I don't want them to copy me? Yes, it is better because that means that you're doing something right. Or that anytime they get mentioned in the press, your company gets mentioned, that's the right way to compete against a big competitor. Because it can be frustrating, especially if they're copying you, especially if nobody's paying attention to you, especially if you feel like they have more time and resources to invest in their business and you're always trying to figure out the next step and the next leverage point and how do you even make your product competitive. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you guys the way I've thought about competing against companies, because when I started my company, Clarity.fm, even though early in launching the product, it was innovative and new, shortly after, about 6 months after launching the company, we had a huge company enter the market. And I'm going to tell you a story. Company name rhymes with Boogle. And, that was a crazy moment. And a lot of people thought, what are you going to do? How are you going to react? Doesn't this mean that your idea is going to get squashed? And, a lot of entrepreneurs might look at it this way. The question I always ask myself is, do I care more about solving this problem than anybody else in the world? And the answer was yes. Now, the cool part is about a year after that, I got invited to actually spend time with their team to understand kind of how they were thinking about the product roadmap and how they were getting distribution and marketing. And I thought for sure like their marketing was going to be simple because they already had access to hundreds of millions of people. And what I realized is that within big companies, even though their team was 5 times the size of ours, their budget was a multi-million-dollar a year budget to work on that product, they couldn't get the other departments in their company to actually deploy their solution to get more traffic and more traction. So they had to fight the same way we did. And that was really awesome, honestly, for me to find out. And that's where I realized that there's some best practices that everybody can use when trying to compete against established competitors in the market. Number one is to pick a niche. I don't care who you are. If you're starting in a business, in a market that has established competitors, you need to find a niche. Niche it to win it. So that means going deep, not being, it's what I call subcategories. So not saying I'm going to build point of sale software for small businesses. I would say go to one level deeper. I'm building a point of sale software for flower shops. And I would go to another subcategory and I would say, I'm building a point of sale software for flower shops in a region in Canada. Just go super niche, super focused to allow you to really learn from that core customer and then kind of expand after the fact. Number 2 is for you to tell a great story. When building a business, especially if the company is founder-led, there's probably a moment when that idea came to you. There's probably a frustration that you saw or you're talking to somebody and there's an origin story. And you have the opportunity, more than an established competitor, to tell that story. And here's what I believe. The person with the best story wins. Okay? And there's origin story, there's product story. That is for you to figure out and define and to make sure that you integrate it in all things in your product and in your marketing. So that's number 2. 3 is to have a product hook. When people go to your website, you need to figure out how can I promise something that's super valuable to them that they need and get them to experience that as fast as possible. That's the hook. That's the promise on the web page that speaks directly to them. It's why the niche matters so much. It's why the story matters so much. Number 3 is to have a product hook, because big companies try to be all things to everybody and you have the opportunity to speak directly to them. Number 4 is customer service. You can't scale caring, and the beauty of being a small startup is that you have the opportunity to really hold your customers by the hand. You have the opportunity to reach out to partners and say, look, I'm personally going to be involved in this project. I want to integrate with your solution and my team is ready to go, and all resources are set up to do this, to make this a win-win, and I'm here to let you know that this is going to work. And big companies typically don't have that resource. The truth is their teams don't care to that level. And I just think from a customer service and how quickly you respond to emails, to the ability to write custom thank you cards to your early customers, to picking up the phone and doing what I call smile and dial. Every Thursday at Clarity, I'd pick up the phone and call 5 to 6 customers and just learn who they are and what they're about and really just connect with them and their challenges so that I can make better product decisions. So that's number 4. Number 5 to me is find a transcending vehicle. I got this idea from my buddy Gare when he was kind of analyzing some of the fastest growing companies in the world, and he realized that a lot of them found trends or other companies that were on this growth trend, and they kind of attached themselves to those vehicles. So for example, Lululemon and yoga. Yoga was growing as an industry. Lululemon decided to really focus on that industry and grew. I seen this recently with a software product called Zen Planner. They're focused on building a solution for CrossFit boxes to be able to manage their membership. Now, Zen Planner didn't start off in CrossFit. They started in martial arts, but they made the pivot when they saw the growth opportunity. So transcending vehicles. When there's an existing big company, right, in a market and you want to compete, you got to do these 5 things. Number 1, you want to pick a niche. Number 2 is you want to tell a great story, because the origin story and why you're doing it is going to matter so much to your customers as well as your team. Number 3 is you got to figure out your product hook, put it on your homepage, make the promise clear, focus, speak to them. Number 4, you want to make sure that you deliver the best customer service possible and connect with them. And then 5th, find a transcending vehicle, some market or other company, integrate with them that you see that they're growing, it's a trend, and then that way it's going to help you build that market traction so that you can eventually become the big guys. What I want to hear from you below in the comments is I want to hear your stories of how you've competed against existing incumbents in competition in the market. I would love to hear from your comments below, in the comments below. Hope you're having a crazy good day, an incredible day. I want to challenge you, as per usual, to live a bigger life and a bigger business, and I'll see you next week. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my channels for other tips on how to start and grow your business, as well as I'd encourage you to join my newsletter so that you can get exclusive invites to events, community contests, as well as other free training videos. And if you're ready to get going and get some more videos, I got a couple queued up for you. Hope this video finds you well. I'll see you next week.